Hey guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Joy here. I'll be doing a vlogging, sort of like an episode. I always do like sort of like a morning thought, but this title, as you can see, is not a fragrance review. This is an update video on my journey and what I've been doing, answering some of your questions, and I'll be giving you some ideas on how to deal with addiction because I'm not an addict like drug abuser or anything, but you guys know I review fragrances and I have sort of like a problem that I almost like it took me by into pieces and like cut me into pieces kind of, I just fell apart. My life sort of fell apart and I didn't have the mental peace. So I kind of like took it like for back to back 2 months, and last 1 week of the whole thing became kind of too much, so there was an outburst, and there was definitely like uh, definite sadness, but I found a way, even though it was an extreme way, but found a way to pay my debts. I had a lot of uh, like significant amount of debt, and then I was falling behind, and it was getting to me, and the whole thing became very depressing because the whole line of fragrance reviewing, collecting, can get a little bit depressing because this is a very expensive game. So yeah, I understand. My brother Mo says, "Hi Mo, how are you doing, bro?" He says he understands, and he plays the game better. Like, so he gives me some good ideas, just like Mark did, just like Steven did, some other reviewers who offered very good suggestions, and I'm gonna share some of that. Like what are the changes I'm doing, what are the lessons I learned, and how I'm surviving this, and how I'm being able to get back on my feet and continue my work. So first of all, if you are new in this channel, you would be able to follow, but you can skip the video, no problem. But what happened basically in short was, I am a collector and a fragrance reviewer at the same time. So I have had 700 plus bottles in my collection. So I collected them over 2 years of time, 24 months, and 24 months, that many bottles is not normal. I tell you that if you're a normal human being, that you have other hobbies, you're a working man, everything, it wouldn't make any sense to you. But to those who collect, they have serious, you know, hobby or passion or obsession, even in some point addiction. So they collect a lot of bottles just for collection purpose, just like you collect watches, sneakers, shirt, a lot of other things. You collect sunglasses and stuff like that. So um, I collected fragrance and fragrances only. So it got to the point that I made this fragrance journey as part of my work. And hold on. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. I always show you my scent of the day, night, whenever I do video. This is part of my ritual. So my scent of the night, I forgot to show you. Isemiake L'Eau de Sepurum Intense. Amazing fragrance. And it's great, bit darker take on L'Eau de Se. So yeah, I was saying that the collection, I was collecting in certain way, that because I had a page, I have to have a page, and it's a decant page in Bangladesh for exclusively Bangladesh people, because I cannot ship outside, and I was financing my bottles through that because I do not make money from YouTube. You guys know this. I do not have ads, AdSense, or anything, sponsored, or stuff like that. No companies sponsor me. I live in Bangladesh. I collect my fragrance and I review them. So my main goal was always making enough money so I can buy perfumes, review it, and sell some decants. I can make new bottles, so I can show you here. So obviously it's not, I'm saying it's, I'm doing it all for people. I also do it for my own sake. I wanted to grow my channel, I wanted to get the numbers, and I wanted to get it by doing hard work, putting one fragrance review every day. I used to buy 45, $50. I think 1 month I bought 50 something fragrances just to do content. So the addiction does get to you. Like, it's all about that. What you really want to do, you want to keep up, as Mark said, you want to keep up with big dogs. So I'm not saying I have that sort of a qualification like the other reviewers do. They have much more camera work, they have better equipments, they have editing skills and stuff like that, and they have better nose. But somehow, like 20K plus I got, it was just I believe I was doing something that was from passion and from my heart. So yeah, some things I was doing wrong, but I believe the reviewing part, I always kept it honest, right? So I never hid anything from you. Even if I had an outburst, if I had a negative something, I said it from my heart. I criticized someone, I made a video about someone, I did it from my heart. I never ever did it for money. I never did it for getting attention, because I never had to do that for attention. I always had subscriber base. I always had people watching my videos, not in a massive scale like 100,000, but I get 1,000 views on my video, 1,000 people see my review, good enough for me, right? So that's what I am. I have my camera, I have my simple setup, I'm happy with my videos. I want to connect with few people. Longer videos, not many people want to watch. I understand, but those who watch, if it benefits them, I'm happy. That's what my channel was. So what happened was, I got so addicted, and then the page was not doing so well. So financially, I was like falling apart, and I concentrated so much on this fragrance thing. It was taking away my energy. I used to force myself to do 2, 3, 4 videos at times one day, and it left me no space, no time for other people, my family, or I didn't get my other priorities done. So I was suffering, and I needed this. So I went to a very bad spot. I thought I had to sell all my bottles, but luckily, partial of my bottles, just partial collection, I sold, and I'm nearing to be able to pay back my debt slowly but surely. So I found a way. I didn't take money. I did not ask people to show me any like sort of like sympathy and send me money. Many of you, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. Some of the brothers inbox me, brother, how much is your debt? I'm gonna send you through PayPal. I'm gonna send you through bank balance, whatever. I'm gonna give you the cash. You just get rid of it and continue doing your reviews. So thing is, I never had any problem doing reviews. It never burned me out. I love doing videos. But what burned me out was that pressure, that the financial pressure, because I'm not a rich guy like many of the reviewers are. I don't know what other reviewers do, but definitely most of them do not work with fragrances. I work with fragrances. I do the decanting. I buy fragrances and I review them. It's part of my whole circle. 24 hours I do whenever I'm sleeping. That's the only time I do not talk fragrances. So yeah, those are some things about me. So long introduction. So I want to talk about 8. I have written down 8 points that you can do to tackle your addiction problem, because many of you buying fragrances because of the hype, brand new releases, bottles and whatnot. Reviewers are pushing it like us, but I always tell in my channel, never blind buy. Always try to sample and sniff your fragrance before you buy it, if possible. If you really trust a reviewer, you can blind buy something. It's up to you. That's your choice. But if you have actually shopping mall available, if you have sample decants available, try them, because your skin chemistry may work with the fragrance in terms of longevity, smell. You might like it, you may not like it. So if you buy 100 ml bottle versus you buy a 5 or 10 ml decant, huge difference, right? So yeah, a lot of things I need to speak, and then you'll have better idea like how I am coping and changes I made, and then how to go about it. More practical approach and more moderate approach. You shouldn't be extreme in any nature. So first of all, I would say never buy fragrance on credit. This is a point I took from Dell, bottom note, and he doesn't review anymore, but he is one of my favorite reviewers, one of the most honest guys, an ex-army man from USA. Very, very original, very bold guy, always brutally honest. He always makes sense, in videos. He's talked about addiction. So I would say, if you do have the cash in your pocket, go and buy. Do not borrow money from someone, especially big amount of money, or take out your credit card like 20, like say $200, $300 for a fragrance, and you are not financially that well off, right? You never know what happens, because I always say that money, you need to keep some in your pocket. If let's say you do not know, danger might come, some of your family members get sick, you might need money. You get sick, you might need money. So if you have spare cash only, then only buy fragrances. Second thing, I would say study a lot. This is one of my I do that when I buy a fragrance. Trust me, there are a lot of good fragrances. I'm not ashamed of the fragrance purchases I made. I bought more or less all the good fragrances. I did pass on many other fragrances that did not do justification in my book, price versus quality, or just for the bottle, performance was not good. I kind of walked away from a lot of fragrances. But the ones I bought, I did study a lot. I watched Fragrantica, what people said, the comments, the most popular comments. I watch at least 5, 6, 10 reviews of the same fragrance of different reviewers, so that I know that what everybody's saying and what is the general, like people they are agreeing to. If they say it's good, user says it's good, then I used to go for a fragrance. Then also try to get samples. I was telling you, instead of buying a full bottle just because it's released, everybody's getting it, and you also get it, and then you open the bottle and you spray, and you're like, oh, that doesn't smell anything like that I imagined, right? So if you have a small, let's say even 2 ml sample, official sample from Notino, and you spray it, and you smell it like 3, 4, you can give it 5 wearings, let's say proper air wearings from a small sample. What's going to happen is you're going to get some idea. You're not going to get a full experience from a 2 ml sample. No. From 5 ml, yes, you can get. But if the fragrance, you feel like it's growing on you, growing onto you, and you're getting to like it more and more, and you find it interesting, it doesn't get boring after a while. Then you give it like a week or a month, and you see if you really crave for getting a full bottle, or you're just happy with the small decan, you finish it and never use it. In that way you invest a little bit much less, and then you just get a taste of the fragrance, same fragrance, and you get to decide if you want a full bottle or not. So I think that is a very practical approach, and that's how I'm going to do a lot of my reviews nowadays, and I'm going to tell you in the end how I'm going about my work, so you'll understand how come I'm posting again regularly. All right. Number 4 point is do not collect fragrances for their bottle designs. This is a big pitfall. uh, I say, Mark, again, Mark, okay. This guy says bottle does get to him. The bottles do get to him, and he buys some fragrance just for the bottle design. And that I can say it's good for rich people. Mark is rich. And some reviewers, they are Sebastian Zara. These guys, they can afford fragrance. I've no disrespect. I have full respect for them. Being rich is not a bad thing. It's a good thing rather. But not everybody's lucky enough, right? So I'm saying if you're not well off, um, you should not buy fragrance based on the bottle design. If they're ugly, you shouldn't call pass from them. Or if it's nice, just because the bottle is nice, juice is like I have some, okay, you're not going to end up using the fragrance. Trust me, you're just going to be collecting dust. And not most of you do not have decanting business. Not everybody is passionate enough or patient enough, or just for a little bit of money, no one's going to work that hard. People have specialties in other line. So if you're not going to be using a fragrance, do not buy for the bottle. Just the juice color or something gets to you, and then you just buy it without sniffing it or tasting it. So get a fragrance for the fragrance juice itself, not the bottle, okay, for showing in your collection. Some great niche fragrances get great bottles. Fragrances suck, so I do not buy fragrances like that. Like Dior Intense, I tell you, Dior Parfum, these lines, I love the bottle, I love the packaging, I love the juice. So this is a proper 10 out of 10 buy for me. Like the smell wise, they smell niche, really good stuff, right? So yeah, if you really want something, make sure you get a good overall product, okay. Number 5 is buy other things. This is very important. I said it before. I did not do it. I did not buy my necessary goods, that my running shoes. Even I did not buy a car. I told you this thing before. So you need to buy your groceries, because not everybody is staying with the family. And if you like drinking, like juice, you need like popcorn, stuff, chips. You need cookies. You need slippers, new clothing, you need a new watch or a camera or a phone, laptop. I need all that, but I did not get any of it. I have a very old laptop. It's like 7 years old. My phone got already 3 years old. So I didn't buy any of this. I could have bought it. So I'm saying, like, if you have income or savings or hand money or pocket money, spend it, like put them in equal sort of like distribution. So you get perfume, no problem. You get fragrances. You also get other stuff, so you do not feel like you're missing out on other stuff in life. Okay. Then also I think you should travel. Traveling, I haven't traveled anywhere in like 2 years or so, and that makes me feel like sometimes, so if you like going by the beach, stuff, spend some time, quality time away from your work. Do not look at fragrances, do not look at pages, do not look at sales pages. Just spend some time and like refresh and refill your brain juice, and then come back. I don't know what I mean by brain juice, but yeah, there you go, it is brain juice now. Number 6 is family time. Very important that you spend some time with your family, friends. And life is short, especially your parents, your fiance, your girlfriend, your wife, whoever, your kids. If you have, I think you need to spend time with them, because otherwise there's a certain time they will love you. Parents will always love you, but slowly you'll see, if you're addicted to one thing and do not care for other people, they will slowly start moving away and disappearing from your life, because there's only so much one person will do for you. If you're extremely lucky, some girl will chase you sometimes, all the time. But I think you should spend quality time with your friends and divide the time. Work time, work. If you're working with fragrances, reviews, buying whatever, the rush you have, enjoy that. But at the same time, when it's their time, give it time. Okay, so very important. So next, I would say number 7 point is use your fragrances or sell them. This one point is sort of related to the previous points. If you buy a fragrance, if you buy any product, what do you do with it? If you're a normal person, you are insane rich. I don't want to talk about that, because those people have no idea what they're doing. But if you have, let's say, $1,000 or $2,000 income per month in US standard, how do you spend? You buy something for your fridge, milk, juice, eggs, stuff, cheese, bread, butter. What do you do with those? You only buy stuff that you're gonna consume. You're gonna only buy watch that you're gonna use. Are you gonna buy like few thousand watches, how many you gonna wear, right? So if you're not using your stuff, you're being like, you already bought so many things, there's always a U-turn you can make. So a lot of fragrance I was not using, I sold off, right? To pay my debt or get some money and buy something more useful, or I run a page, so I invest in something that is more worthy. It will sell, it will bring me income, right? So that's what you gotta do. So think of it. If you're not using it, don't waste. Wasting is one of the worst things human being can do. If you have something laying around idle, you can sell it off and make some money and can put it to good use. Do it. Do not hold on to stuff and be like, sort of, there's a term for it, hoarder. I think, yeah, that's the term. It's a sickness, it's a condition, but try to get rid of stuff. If you have too many things, get rid of them. Okay. And then last point, number 8, I'm gonna say is buy smaller bottles. I think it's very important. If you don't want samples, of course you want to still enjoy the game. If you're in fragrance game, you don't want to fall so behind, like everything is sample, like you do reviews as a reviewer. Let's say, I'll show you. Let's say you have small samples like this and you just do review. People told me, Joy, get more samples and review. Of course I'd love to, but sometimes I want to show a bottle, just once in a while, not all the time. Sample gets boring. But you find a really good fragrance. Let's say I am thinking sometime I want to get a Great Viking, because I love that sample. I have small sample like this and I love using the fragrance. It's running out. 2 ml juice, it's running out. So perhaps I want to get something I really, really love. So that's what I was telling you. Buy something that you really want. And you can own a bottle, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're not doing for business sake, you're doing for your collection, enjoy. There's nothing wrong with it. But as long as you're not in debt. So how am I going about my journey right now? Many people are wondering, why am I doing regular videos? Chad was like so concerned. He's like, he's like my Indian brother and stuff. He's just white, but he's Indian in heart. He's like, brother, what are you doing? Why are you taking so much stress? So much stress. And he said it, I swear, he said it in an Indian accent. And I was like, buddy, I'm not Indian. You're Canadian, but you're Indian Canadian. I'm a Bangladeshi. So we are not really brothers, but we are. But he cares for me. I'm just kidding, being stupid. So yeah, Chad, Gentleman's Journey, is a good friend of mine. If you do not know, this guy helped me in my journey. Eternally grateful. I cannot say enough. Mark, recent days he's pushing and he's giving me so much boost. But Chad was the first guy who reached out to me, said, hey buddy, you wanna be part of our collab video? He put me out there. Since then I've been running like crazy, and I say a lot of my channel's credit goes to Chad, Gentleman's Journey. So yeah, I was saying, focus. Okay. So before I finish, I just want to say how I'm managing. I sold off partial of my bottles. I thought I had to sell a lot more, as I told you, but I didn't have to, thankfully. And a lot of wonderful people in Bangladesh, they bought off most of my bottles, and I have about a few more to go. I'm selling them off slowly, and if I have to sell some more, I will, until I pay off, right? So I'm focusing more on, I thought at first I'm gonna let go, because if I don't have bottles, I don't have a page, I cannot decant anymore. But now it seems like, I have plenty of bottles left. So things, after I pay back my debt, I don't have to worry about cash income, whatever. I'm doing this just to enjoy, relax, and enjoy my time. So now I'm taking life much more relaxed. I'm going out, enjoying food, family, friends. And then whenever I feel like I'm happy, end of the day, it's a pleasure. I never said doing review gets me tired. But what got me tired was like the peer pressure of getting bottles, collecting. So I did stop. The journey ended as a collector. So yes, partially, some people might thought it was a clickbait and I was a drama king and stuff. No problem. I do not blame people. People are free to think. But what I really understand is I do this thing for people who watch my video. They love me. Thousands of comments. I cannot tell you how much it touched me. I couldn't believe. Like people literally said, Joy, you are inspiration for me to start my collection, my journey. And I always heard these things about other reviewers. I always say Mark is the reason why I started this. So I owe it a lot to him, but a lot of other people also pushed me and gave me support. Dan Norton, Sebastian Zara, these guys, they are like, I cannot imagine these big reviewers, they literally hugged me like a brother and said, bro, would you like to do a video with us? I guess God was merciful, and then God helped me a lot. So I guess I'm doing something right in my life, and I realized hopefully I do not get into debt. And I told you, follow these points if you don't want to get in trouble. Hopefully you'll be okay. And there are a lot more points out there, but these are my stories. Okay, so if you're confused what I'm doing right now, watch the full video. I never said I was gonna quit, but I was gonna slow down. But yeah, now people are giving me their bottles to review. Joy bhai, here is some samples, here is a full bottle. You don't have to buy a fragrance to review. So I love to review, you know. So this is my work. So I'm glad I didn't have to leave the game. I didn't have to leave reviewing, but I'm glad that I kind of stopped the mad buying spree, you know. That actually hurts at some point, you know. So I'm buying my other stuff, enjoy my other things in life, and hopefully I'll run the page properly and stay in discipline. That's what you should do too. Take care, guys, and if you watch this video, hopefully you some of you will. Yeah, I hope it will help you. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. It's very tiring day, hot day, and I'm gonna go take a nice nap. If I wake up feel like reviewing something, have plenty of fragrances to review samples, fragrances. I'm just happy free bird now. I feel free. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.